And the word will be for you. And the word will be, as soon as you hear the word, it'll go in here. It'll go in here and it won't leave there. For example, when I was younger, my mother said, she said, you got enough wind in you to blow a saxophone. I never blew the saxophone. She said, you got the gift of the gab. She said, you can be the Prime Minister of the country if you want one day because you can talk. I never forgot that word. I never forgot that word. Do you know, before Christmas last year, a dozen very prominent people in Moreton Shire came to me twice and said, would you stand for the Mayor of the Shire? And I said, I'll think about it. I'll never talk to God about it. And I thanked them for the respect that they showed to me, and I went back and I said, I talked to my wife, and I said, no, thank you very much, no. I only tell you that because my mother told me when I was young, she said, you can be the Prime Minister of Australia. I didn't pursue that line, but God's given me an opportunity to do plenty of talking with the voice that He empowered me with. My dad, however, my dad was hard. He was good. My dad was good, but he was hard, he was tough. And I was a bit soft and soupy. And my dad, my personality got me into trouble. You're a show-off, you're a lair, you're a skite, you're up yourself, all those things. My father hurt me. He tried to keep me down because he thought, no, you shouldn't act like that. You shouldn't feel that confident all the time. My father did his best, but those words hurt me. They may have driven me to be more determined. I don't know. Okay. When I got to, I'll rattle on a bit now, but I hope that there's a moment for each of you guys. When I got to, I was coaching the under-17s in 3rd Division, Strathpine. For anyone who plays football, if you're in the 3rd Division of any area, there's probably not much. No one wants to talk about the 1st or 3rd Division. So we won the premiership in the 3rd Division. And a bloke came to me, and he was the director of coaching in Queensland in the big office in town. He came out and he said, Watto, I want you to be the coach of the Queensland under-17 team. And I went, what? He said, you've got a lot of ability. He said, you're good at communicating with those boys. He said, you're a pretty hopeless coach. But he said, if you do as I tell you, he said, you can make a coach of the Queensland under-17 team. That man empowered me, and he drove me hard, and I got to be the coach of the Queensland under-17 team for 2 years, and that was fantastic. We played against all the big names. We went all over Australia. I got to mix it with the best coaches in AFL. Okay, that man empowered me. Then there was another man in my football life called Andrew Ireland. He played for the Collingwood Football Club. You hopeless, those Collingwood players. When you follow Carlton. He came to Brisbane as a director of coaching. When I finished my 2-year stint as the coach, he said, Watto, I want you to be the chairman of selectors and the team manager of the squad. He empowered me. He said, you can do it. I did it for 8 more years. And I'll tell you one little story. There was a bloke in our squad, we had to get our squad down to 25, and his name was Mad Dog McCarthy. He was 17 years of age, and he was Mad Dog. He didn't have a father. When you had 30 blokes in a room, he was obnoxious. He was a pain in the neck. He was abusive. He was everything you didn't want. We couldn't take him away to Adelaide to play in a carnival. We had to talk about him, and we said, what are we going to do? We can't take Mad Dog. So this is what happened. I was the bloke that they empowered to do the work. And I went and I said, Mad Dog, we can't take you in the squad. You don't fit into the team. The blokes can't play with you. They just won't cop you. We could take Barry McCarthy, the hard player, the tough defender, but we can't take Mad Dog. How do you feel about it? Do you want to go as Do you want to be Barry McCarthy or do you want to continue as Mad Dog? What did he say? I want to be Barry McCarthy. He was 17. And I said, right, come on. And after training, we had the team in the room. We'd always have a little bit of a talk like here. And I brought him in and I said, fellas, special announcement, give me your ear. I said, with the selection committee, we dropped Mad Dog. He's gone, we dropped him from the team. He's gone, never to be heard of again. He didn't fit into the team. And I said, we've got this new player called Barry McCarthy. I called out his name and I said, I want to introduce you to this new man that can hit the ball hard and he can play good and hard. And I took him around the room and I introduced him to every player as Barry McCarthy, and I each player eyeballed this Barry McCarthy. We took him away. He was the best team player in the team. He now is a respectable, good champion man. He married a girl who was in the Australian water polo gold Olympic team, and he's got 2 daughters and he does triathlons. That man changed like that because in here, Barry McCarthy heard that someone thought enough of him to give him a title and put the power of the word upon that player. That was important. So I'll quickly go on. I had a bloke empower me. I was in a boring job and I bought a truck to start my business life. This older bloke said to me, he had a couple of trucks, he said, Watto, you'll never look back. He said, you'll never look back. And to this day, 30 years later, based on the word from somebody who's important to you, my business life has never looked back. Then I had another man, a total stranger. Hear this bit, total stranger, come across my life, came up to me and almost forced me into taking his card to be a driver trainer for trucks. I didn't even know it existed. It was at the time my son was in year 12 at Grace College, and you could go straight for your truck licence instead of your car licence. So I took him over to the Peachtree police station to go for his licence, and he got his licence. And then my son said, could 4 of his mates from Grace get their truck licence? And I took them over there on Friday afternoon. And this old bloke came up to me and he said, you're always over here. He said, why don't you become a driver trainer? Hear this is important. And I said, I don't even know what you're talking about. And he said, I'll teach you how to be a driver trainer. I drove away from that place thinking I don't even know what he's talking about. I had the card in my hand. And I said a little quiet talk to God. I said, God, this bloke wouldn't be from you, would he? If he is, I'll have a go at it. If he's not, take it away. Here I am 23 years later telling you about a successful life I've had, fulfilled my dream as a teacher, and got to do something I love. I'm just going to finish now with the most important part, and that's about our hearts. The things I've talked to you about today, a couple of dreams that worked for me, and then a few people who empowered me with a word. It might be a teacher, it might be a bloke down the road, it might be a woman, but you will hear that word and don't lose hold of it. But if you're going to live your life, men, if you guys up the back are going to live your life only with what you're going to take into your head, I'm telling you, they're the blokes that are jumping off the bridges, throwing their kids over. They're the blokes that are hitting the alcohol, drugs and things like that, because life for men is more than in our heads. In my heart, if I didn't hear those words and take them aboard, I could not be standing here doing what I'm doing now. Being a man of heart means more. It means like here in the shed. I know I've been to school and I've been a bully, I've been abusive to people, and when I think back of some of the things I said to make myself feel better against someone I was working with at school, I'm ashamed to say it. But what you guys have here in the shed now is an opportunity to learn to get on with each other, learn to love the blokes that you think aren't your type of bloke, and learn to get to be in your heart. My last thing is this. Who's 16 and a half here? Put your hand up if you're 16 or 16 and a half or 17. Put your hand up nice and high. Okay. I saw a girl. I saw a girl who became my girl. She's still my girl 50 years later. Because you know where I saw her? I didn't see her up here. I saw her in my heart. And then the most important thing that you blokes are going to want to know, if you want to love a woman and you want to be loved by a woman, and I'll guarantee you all here will want to do that, because I hear men all over Australia, we want to love a woman and want to be loved by a woman. We don't want to lust a woman, and we don't want to be lusted by a woman, because lust doesn't give you life, it gives you death. Love gives you what you need and what every man wants. If you learn to use your heart now, when you meet the girl of your dreams that's right for you, you meet her down here. You meet her in your heart. You meet her in your heart, fellas. Everything starts in your heart. If you're going to do something crap in your life, it's going to be started down here. You're going to stuff up big time, it's going to stuff up down here. So if you get this right, this part up here, you can study better, you can play better, you can hit the ball harder. And you guys have got to walk up start, because you're in a school that says that God is the boss and Jesus, his son's the man. And God gives a promise to every living soul around. And I know this works. And he said this is a promise. If you've got something that's stuffed your heart up right now, he gives you a let out. And he said, I'll give you a brand new heart from the inside out. There's Cameron over there, there's Ian there, there's Gordon there. There's Kevin over here. Your principal, Alan Gummis, was here the other day. All those quality men, I'm telling you fellas, they will absolutely bleed for you. You cannot have an excuse that you haven't got a father, or you got this, you got that. You can live in that excuse for the rest of your life, or you can take that and you can go and have a talk to one of these other champions, because these blokes have got the heart and the will to want to empower you into who you really are and what you can do. Fellas, I wish you all the very best. I hope that none of you blokes take this lightly. Contribute to this shed in a way that you will not believe. That what you will do is you can set up a model that can go through every Christian school easily first off, and then how are we going to get this into the state schools that are bleeding for something for their men. And I wish you very well. Is there someone here who loves country music? Fairhaven loves country music. No one loves it. What about, do you love it genuinely? This is one of my sons. He wrote the songs. The words are in here. The words are in there. That's his songs. He wrote them, he plays them, he sings them. I wish you well. Thank you.
I'd like to add my thanks on behalf of Grace College to